Hi everyone. Today we will discuss about antenna efficiency and how to get a very good antenna efficiency. As you know, antenna is a passive device, so efficiency will not be more than one. So efficiency should be less than 100% always. So what happening is if you have a system or antenna which doesn't have any lossy material. So for example, this is a horn antenna working at 5 gigahertz and it has only just a PEC metal, and you can see PEC will have a zero loss, and there is a radiation box and there is a port cap at back. That's only thing. And if you simulate such antenna, what is going to happen is you will see the pattern, and if you see the radiation efficiency, so you can see efficiency in multiple way. So the radiation efficiency, if you see, 1.0485 percentage, and which is theoretically not correct. We'll see why this is coming up and how to fix that. So now we saw the efficiency of the antenna is more than 100%. First of all, we need to understand how a software is calculating the radiation efficiency. So let's see here. Under the help, if you just search radiation efficiency, you will get this equation. It's called power radiated by power accepted. So what is this two quantity? The quantities are radiated power in watts, accepted power in watts. We can check how to calculate this two quantity. One is what is the power accepted. So if I take a paint, you can see I have a antenna and I am going to give a 1 watt, and this power will transfer into the antenna and some of the power will be reflected back. Let's assume 0.5 watt is reflecting back. So the power accepted by this antenna is 1 minus 0.5, which is 0.5 watts. Okay, and this is called incident power, power incident, and this is called power accepted. Okay, so how to get this quantity? It's nothing but power accepted. You can say accepted is nothing but your incident power minus your magnitude of S11 square. Correct. So if you know the S11 magnitude of S11 square, and if you know the incident power, then you can calculate power accepted. Let's see how it is there. So if you go to edit source, you can see the incident power is 1 watt. Okay, and how to calculate accepted power? It's nothing but just go to rectangular plot. I can say go to magnitude, and 1 is my incident power minus magnitude of S11 square. So just click new report. So it's came very close to 1. It's very difficult to see, so you can change this into data table. You will see this is the accepted power, so it's more or less passing into the antenna. Now we will see how to calculate radiated power from an antenna. So radiated power always calculated at the far field, but we are not simulating anything in the far field. What we are doing is, whatever the radiation boundary we have, if you integrate radiated power, the power which is passing through this surface will give you the radiated power. So for that, what you are going to do is select this quantity, this radiation surface, right click, go to uh, go to sorry right click, go to select all faces and create a face list. Okay, so this, you can say the name of the face list is radiation surface. So once this is done, what you need to do is go to fields, click on the calculator. You know that the real part of Pointing vector passing through the radiation surface will give you the radiated power. If you have a doubt, you can search this particular uh, document. You can search HFSS field calculator cookbook. There is an equation calculating the net power flow through a surface. So what is doing is real part of Pointing vector into a surface normal. If you integrate this one, you will get radiated power. So the step for calculating the radiated power is here. I am going to show you that how to do it. First of all, what you need to do is select quantity of Pointing vector and take the real quantity of Pointing vector. So this is a real quantity of Pointing vector. Now you are going to select the surface and select that radiation surface, which is the face of all 6 faces of the radiation box. Select this one and take the normal of this surface. So select the normal. Now what you need to do is integrate Pointing vector across this surface normal. Integrate it and just click eval. So now you can see the power which is radiating out is more than 1, which is not correct. So if you just divide this quantity with respect to the other quantity, which is calculated as accepted power, you will see that your efficiency is more. So you need to think of 2 cases. One is, if your field calculating on your radiation surface is correct, then you will get a right radiated power. And if your S parameter is accurate or the port impedance is accurate, then you will get a correct accepted power. These 2 quantities are very important to calculate right radiation efficiency. So let's take a real case, and I wanted to calculate the actual radiation efficiency of this antenna. I'm just going to take a copy of this design and pasting it here. Now you can see this antenna is, the metal part is consisted of PEC, which is the PEC, what happening is the conductor loss of the PEC is 0, so there is no conductor loss. So in other way you can say there is no losses in the antenna system, but practically it's not like that. So you need to change this into a practical material like a copper or aluminum, so that will have a little bit conductor losses. So that is one which is going to dissipate, so it will give you realistic radiation efficiency. Another one is, as we know, the S parameter, magnitude of S parameter that connected with our accepted power. So you need to set either 0.01 as a convergence, or you can put 0.005. That will make you sure you will get a pretty accurate S11 or reflection coefficient that will lead to the right accepted power. Okay, so this is a one thing. And another thing is, this is working at 5 gigahertz. So we also know that the power which is integrating, radiated power which is integrating through the surface, so the surface also has to be meshed perfectly to capture that radiation power, radiated power. So what you can do is, you can select this box, right click, assign mesh operation length based. So you can say this maximum size mesh element on this radiation box should be less than lambda by 10. So how to calculate that? So if you take a calculator, say 30 by 5 will give you lambda in centimeter. So you can put 6 centimeter divided by 10, that is nothing but 0.6 centimeter is 6 mm. So I can put 6 mm here, which is the lambda by 10 for the radiation surface. Click OK. So we make sure we are going to get very good S parameter, and we are going to get very good radiated power, and this two is are set pretty well. Now we can run the simulation. Yes, now the simulation is over. So you can see the radiation pattern, 2D pattern, and this is our accepted power. And the same accepted power you can see here by right clicking on the 3D surface, compute antenna parameter. You can see 9.48. So they're just terminated with here. And the radiation efficiency came to be like 1.0002. So that this you can see the noise floor of that signal, it's like 100%. So the copper also not making such much noise, conductor noise on the antenna performance. That is the reason it's giving close to 100% efficiency. So this is the way we can make sure the radiation efficiency will be very accurate. And for any antenna with which has a copper and a substrate like FR4 or RT2, that will be always less than 100. It's close to always 95 to 90 to 95% efficiency. Since this is a conductor made antenna, there is no way the power can be dissipated. Since the copper conductivity is very high, you will not see the efficiency reductions. And these all are some of the steps we can try to get a very accurate radiation efficiency. One more thing I would like to tell you is still the radiation efficiency is more than 100%. Okay, it is more than 100%. So how to do the correction? So over here you can see the S parameter is the one which is used for convergence. So the convergence of S parameter is in the terms of 0.005. Then HFL stops the adaptive meshing. It will not improve the mesh again. But HFL has another feature which is there in the expression cache. Over here you can say I wanted to converge my HFSS simulation on some of the antenna parameter or far field quantity like a gain. If I want to converge my antenna gain instead of S parameter, I'm more interested to see the antenna, then I can use the antenna gain in dB, or in our case we need to converge our simulation based on our radiation efficiency. So you can see the radiation efficiency here, add calculation. Okay, and over here you can enable this quantity and tell the radiation efficiency with respect to my current pass and previous pass should be less than 0.5%. So that will give you pretty good radiation efficiency after the simulation. If it is still going more than 100, you can put 0.05 or something. Okay, so let's put 0.5% and see how the antenna efficiency is calculating. That's it. Now the simulation is still running, and you can see it's went into fourth adaptive pass. So each adaptive pass it will add more number of meshes and try to calculate very accurate results. So you can see in with the third adaptive pulse, what happened to our antenna efficiency? Earlier it was more than 100 percentage, now it is 99.981 percentage. The radiation efficiency start converging now. So after 4 or 5 adaptive pulse, it will come to the actual radiation efficiency. So this is the way we can calculate the radiation efficiency, or you can ask HFSS to converge on any quantity. So there is no restriction, you can converge on only particular thing. So customized convergence, you can add it here. You can ask for any radiation efficiency antenna parameter to converge, peak gain, realized gain, or anything. Or if you are, I wanted to converge it on some electric field, far field quantity, directivity, or fields. Let's say I wanted to converge on electric field on a particular area. Create a E field quantity on that surface using field calculator. Use inside as a calculator expression. You can ask HFSS to converge it on that. So many options are there. You need to fine tune a little bit to calculate things correctly. So I think fourth adaptive pulse it got converged. We'll see what is the actual antenna efficiency. So the antenna efficiency is 99.98 percentage. So this is actual antenna efficiency of that on antenna. So hopes you understand this.